Prudence helps us to discern our true good in every circumstance. Dear brothers and sisters, today's Gospel passage presents us with the parable of the dishonest steward. At first glance, it seems that Jesus is not only condoning but also praising dishonesty and encouraging his disciples to be dishonest. However, what Jesus is praising in the steward is his astuteness or shrewdness, which is a kind of cunningness which is not crooked or deceiving, but rather an alertness as to what is the best thing to do in a given situation. In the parable, the steward is faced with a dilemma, and he resolves this by making use of the means and resources available to him in a manner that best suits his interests. Jesus narrates this parable in order to teach us that as Christians, we should make use of the things of the world in such a way that they will help us to reach our final purpose in life, namely God Himself. Very often, the opposite happens. We are preoccupied with worldly things and forgetful of God and His kingdom. We make the means into the ends themselves. Religion has often been accused of deceiving people, making them submissive and easy to trample over. Religious people are often thought to be naive and foolish, unaware of the realities of the world and of how things work out in practical life. However, Jesus wanted His disciples to be extremely wise and alert while living in the midst of the world. In Matthew chapter 10 verse 16, Jesus tells His disciples to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. In other words, the Gospel exhorts us to live according to the virtue of prudence, which is a kind of common sense in Christian life. The Catechism of the Catholic Church describes prudence as the virtue that helps us to discern our true good in every situation and circumstance, and to choose the right means of achieving it. It is not to be confused with timidity or fear, nor with duplicity or dissimulation. It is called the charioteer of the virtues. St. Thomas Aquinas describes prudence as right reason in action. This virtue enables us to direct everything in our lives, our time, wealth, relations, activities, interests, and so on, to the greater glory of God. Let us pray for the virtue of prudence, so that we may so deal with the things of this passing world as to hold rather to the things that eternally endure.